And that's just it. I was like, he was wrong. He should have kept the lady who told him Michael Flynn was no good and a liar, and that he lied to the FBI. That's exactly what I said. Trump was wrong for keeping that guy as long as he did, and then he fired him. He fired her. That's what Trump did. He took Michael Flynn's side. Good dump. He took Michael Flynn's side and he dumped. See, that's what I like about YouTube, that you can go live on.
And what they say about that.
So that you can address them publicly. They can come right on here right now and address it if they feel any certain way. Because I told him, Mike, he was a traitor, just like Snowden. Snowden, that movie, they tried to make him look like a hero. It made him look worse like a traitor. It made him look exactly like what he is. He was a traitor to the country. And I don't care what liberal person tried to change my mind. He went over there to Russia, and he's partially responsible for their technology and all this stuff that's going on now. He's a traitor. That's why he got asylum. You think he just got asylum because they just wanted to give it to him? He had to bring something to the table.
So was
Yeah, and his wife, his girlfriend, went over there to be with him. Y'all tried to make that a love story. She was in on it too. He was protecting her because he told her secrets he wasn't supposed to tell. So he's like, oh, they're going to come for you, so you might as well come here. That's why she went over there. In Hong Kong, China, they were in trouble. They had people over there helping him get out the country, help him get to Russia with a fake everything. Once he went public, that was it. They were trying to find out who the mole was. Y'all let Hollywood paint that picture for you. That movie showed you nothing. He was a traitor. But no, we're talking about Michael Flynn. Where's that crazy liberal lady that just told me I didn't know what I was talking about? Bring her back on here. It's the Jews. This guy said it's the Jews. Where did she go? She's mad because of this Me Too movement. This whole Me Too rant she was on, she left a whole paragraph on the last page. Y'all remember her. She came right out there talking about where were all these people when all this stuff been going on? All this stuff is not like it happened 2 weeks ago. It was years ago. And she wanted to come on here and complain about it and get involved and make a Me Too shirt. I'm not wearing it, advertising none of that stuff. She wanted me to advertise that on my page. That's all it was about, and I wasn't involved. No. Here's the thing. They're going to try to, but they don't want to impeach a president. They don't. But here's the thing. Flynn has hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. Who knows what he's done with his money? But anybody who's in that kind of debt and that kind of power, they're open for manipulation. You can't even work at a bank if you're in debt. They don't want nobody in debt working at the bank because you might be tempted to steal. So I don't know. His problem was he shouldn't have been hired for the job anyway. That's what I kept saying. Michael Flynn, General Flynn, whatever, should not have been in position. Trump gets an F for hiring because he's hiring this thing like it's a business. He getting every crooked people. I'm like, this is what I said. You have to be a commander-in-chief. Y'all didn't care. Everybody was talking about how Trump was sipping out of a cup. All this stuff going on, all this information going past, all you cared about was how Trump was sipping out of a cup. He used 2 hands to sip out of a cup. I'm like, who cares? Who cares about how he drunk the cup? Crazy distractions. I got a question. Do you think Hillary Clinton would have done any better? Neither one, exactly. Neither one should have been in the White House. Probably. We'd have been in a war right now, a whole nother war. My thing is all these crazy liberals. They're not realistic. They only want to argue. That is their whole point. What is the mission? What is the plan? What are you behind? I'm not behind anything. You just want to fight something. You got to have a plan. They have no plan, no layout, no nothing. It's just that whoever comes up with a plan, they're against it. That's it. That's the liberal way. If they can't, I don't think they qualify for the job. She already was the president. When Bill Clinton was president, she was running things. Bill didn't care about that as long as he got women out of it. That was his deal. And I knew he had a problem. As long as when Linda Tripp said that he touched her, I'm like, he touched you? Linda Tripp, he was just taking whatever was there. Like, I can't get nobody right now. My goodness. Yeah, he went and played the saxophone on television. I think he was on Arsenio Hall, and he got all the black votes right there. Bill played the sax, man. He cool.
Have you visited the new Pacers team store featuring the new Nike gear, jerseys, t-shirts, and hoodies for men, women, and kids?
And Bill, he naturally likes kicking it and hanging out with blacks. Period. So they were like, Bill, cool. But he gonna make their money off of them too. He gonna get the bag. He gonna kill a whole country to get it. Africa, Nigeria, all them Clintons are no good. I told you that. They bankrupt countries. Bankrupt Haiti. Africa in demise. But they made hundreds of millions of dollars. After leaving the White House almost broke. Oh yeah, they're gonna shut this video down. You know that. The liberals, they're gonna come right after this video. And then we're gonna all be gone. But I'm glad y'all on the level. You see how she hadn't showed up. You see she shut up and she ain't come right back on here no more. I knew she was gonna go away. Because she ain't want all y'all involved. If a man is in debt, how is he going to go to the FBI and give them anything? That's what guys do when they in trouble. They done something wrong. So they want to go take somebody down with them so that they can get off. How many times you seen that? You done watched First 48. You done seen that every week. It's the same situation. He want to take down the man that got him the job. He was like, Trump gave me the orders. They were told the only thing mistake he made was firing that lady who told Trump to fire him, Flynn. She told him to look, he lied. She found out he lied, Flynn lied. She told him, and the next week she was fired. And then 3 weeks later, Flynn was fired. She shouldn't have been fired. That was his mistake. She was protecting him from General Flynn, but he decided to stick with Flynn, and that's Trump's problem. He's out of date. He's old-fashioned. He's out of date. He's not. That's why I said that to be a president is also commander-in-chief. People don't know what that word means, and you have to be a commander-in-chief. He's not a commander-in-chief at all. He doesn't have that decorum about him at all. And he doesn't get respected because of it. He's not diplomatic at all. He has to represent the country. So you have to carry yourself in a certain way to stand out and say, I'm presidential. You can say, okay, that's the president. Anything you can say you don't like about their politics, any president before him, you've seen him, you knew they had a certain air about themselves. They had to carry themselves in a way that represented the country, even when they were away from here. He treats it like it's a business retreat. I don't know what people have braced him and prepared him for this job. He's not a commander-in-chief at all. Yeah, he's a businessman. So he knows how to get money and do things like this and make moves. But his moves are never going to get passed through Congress. Not even the Republicans are going to vote for his moves. They're trying to help him. He's going against the people that's helping him. The Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, is trying to help him. But he's got all these other people on his team that are counterplaying everything that he's doing. No, he's stuck in his ways. Trump is stuck in his ways. He's not going to change now. He's like, 80? He's been saying the wrong things. He's stuck in his ways. That's why he talks on Twitter. If he was in public talking, he's really going to say the wrong things. They'd rather him talk on Twitter. It's less damaging. As bad as it's been, those tweets, he's more damaging than doing stuff that's out there. He's not going to change. He's always been a womanizer. Can you even start with Bill? Bill got a house out there just for that. His house is a come on in motel. That's why him and Hillary, they don't live together no more. Ever since they got out of the White House, they've not lived together. She went to live in New York. He stayed somewhere in Massachusetts and got his house together, and he just showed up for speaking arrangements. And he's just doing tours, going around speaking to people and talking. That's all Bill does. He parties. He's great for the ballroom. He's a great people's person. She's not. That's right, Frank. That's what they did. They robbed people together. That's exactly what he did. Well, it's all out there. All the information is out there if you look it up. You got Bill Clinton out there apologizing for what he did to Haiti. He apologized. He said, yeah, that was a bad idea. I think we should have just let them be self-sufficient. It's like, yeah, you bankrupt the entire country. But you took the money. Then he put Hillary Clinton, his brother-in-law, in charge of the mine out there. Like that was accidental. They got the contract to go out there and do the mine. Hillary Clinton's brother-in-law. If that ain't collusion, what is? That's criminal. They should be up on war crimes. The Clinton Foundation is founded by money that's laundered from people from other countries. Russia, all countries, Syria. They put millions of dollars in the Clinton Foundation account. How can you be taking money from the people that you're going to war with? And they're donating money through this illegal charity that they got, the Clinton Foundation, which nobody can see the records, nobody can see anything. All these donations are coming in, Millions of dollars. And you mean to tell me all of a sudden favors wasn't being pushed around? They showed, totally documented all these favors that was just being done. All throughout the period of the foundation. So what do they do? They broke up the foundation and they renamed it and put it in Chelsea Clinton's name. They moved it to the daughter. Because they're in political office. She was running for president, so she couldn't have that on her resume. Because all that stuff's going to come up. So, yeah, let's just dump it on Chelsea Clinton. And I swear, there's something else. They tried to steal all of the furniture out of the White House. Good person, Mark. Oh, yeah, they treated Byrne. She wasn't even supposed to be the governor. That's how she lost Obama. The Democrats hated her guts. They still did. She never lived in New York a day in her life. But she was a diehard Yankees fan all of a sudden. But she never lived in New York in her life. Came on the ballot because she told the Democrats, threatened them. I'm running for Senate in New York. I mean, it's people that's campaigned in New York. They lived there in New York. There was their time. And she went there and threatened the Democrats that she's running. They were like, when have you ever been in New York City? But she threatened them with her power and made them get behind her, and they hated her for it. She threatened them. When you keep threatening people, they're not your friends. They're not your friends. So when they got her the victory, they didn't like her. They needed somebody that could go against her, and they would definitely go for him. Once they saw Obama and he came there with the change and all that, the Democrats said, yes, he can win. And they all switched on her and voted for Barack Obama, and they promoted him. And she was mad, but it was nothing she could do about it. She was not going to beat Obama, period. If you should have seen all those Haitian people down there boycotting Hillary Clinton. They didn't care nothing about the election. They were down there to voice their opinion in Hillary Clinton because she's the one that has crippled their country. Her brother has went down there and he's in charge of the contracting of the mines that's out there. And they're living in poverty. They haven't even provided anything. And all of that. We're giving $1 million and all this to the people out there. That whole fake show they did when they had the earthquake and the Clinton Foundation supposed to come down there. The Clintons took the money, took a little bit of money and put up a couple of little tents. There's people still without homes, and they got hundreds of millions of dollars. All these people that donated money, it all went to the Clinton Foundation. Where did that go to? Hillary's new house. Don't get me started on them Clintons. I'm through with them. He was like, yeah, that's right. The Haitians boycott. They boycotted New York and New Jersey. That's right. They didn't, the press, you're right, the press did not speak about the Haitians boycott. Yep, they didn't, but they were down there with the flags and everything. I saw them. That's why I can understand if any Haitian said he was voting for Hillary Clinton, they would probably cut his head off if they were. Any Haitian I see say he was voting for Hillary Clinton, I'd be like, are you serious? You must never going back to your country. Never talking to anybody from your country. They hate her. Oh, there's a documentary 13 talking about the Clintons. There's a lot of them out there. Now, General Flynn was a man in debt. He had almost $1 million in debt. I don't know what he did, have a gambling problem or whatever, but he's in debt. That's a fact. He should have never gotten a job. You don't put people who are in debt in places of power, like I told you. If you run a bank, you don't put people, if you try to apply for a job, they look at your credit. They look at your criminal history and you look at your credit. If you got debt, they're not going to hire you for the job. And they're going to be like, man, why? Because I owe this much. If you have any temptation to steal, they want to erase that out of the company as much as possible. People with good credit and have no criminal history, they have no problem giving them the job. You are least attempted to steal from them. They made this rule up because people were stealing from the bank. And then they find out why these people were stealing. They had not had a criminal record, but they owed some money here and they was a little behind. So they were tempted to take a little bit. They're not going to miss it. I could pay some of my bills and get a hit. They don't want that. They don't need that. They want to lessen that as much as possible.
First things first. Weekday mornings on FS1. These 9/11 veterans are just a few of the heroes we serve at Homes for Our.
Oh, you know the liberals going to take the video down. She's going to have it flagged. I already know what they're going to do. Oh, Assault on Wall Street? Yeah, I remember that movie. Thanks, John.
But we need you to join us.
The banks and everything, yep.
Important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Well, the Republicans make a mistake with that. They think war is the way to go. Because you got to look at it. War is money. Of course they're going to dress it up and sell it. But they're going to go to war with everybody and keep the war going because it generates revenue, jobs. That's the Republicans' way. They think we need conflict, we need war, we got all these troops, they're not doing nothing, they're sitting around. We got to put them in some type of action or some type of military. Every pack for every soldier that's going out is roughly about $1.5 million worth of equipment, from the goggles, from the guns, from the uniform. Everything they're going, every soldier is probably packing about $1 million worth of artillery on them, going out, from night scopes, from guns, the uniforms. Each soldier, man, they are loaded to the T when they go out. All that stuff costs money. Tanks flying in, all that stuff is revenue. People got to make this stuff money. Money, money, money.
Teams in the last couple of weeks, it seems like have come out shooting red hot. What is it tonight? Is your defense back here? Or are they just not
But no, the Democrats' problem is they don't want people to be held responsible. And that's the one part about the Republicans I love. That part I love. You got to hold people responsible. Sometimes you got to be responsible for self. Democrats let everybody pass the buck off to somebody else. Oh, it's so-and-so's fault. He don't want to go look for a job. It's his fault. It's the system. That's why he ain't got it. He ain't looking for a job. I'm like, he's not looking. He's sitting around, ain't doing nothing. What do you mean? He got to get out and be responsible for himself. If you don't get out there and push and go out for a job, people are like, man, they ain't even hiring over there. They ain't even looked. Ain't no jobs out there. I'm like, but you in the house playing video games all day. I don't even know how they get money to buy marijuana and drugs. I'll be like, you can find time and money for that, but you can't find time to go get a shirt and tie and go down there and apply for a job that can make you more money. When you can take care of yourself, you rather just not do anything. So no reliability at all. Thanks, John. Exactly. Thank you. John, like, you making all kind of sense tonight. That's the difference. I believe in that. Like, hey, get up, quit being a hippie. Get up. Go out there and get you a job. Or search yourself. If you're not going to search yourself to go out there and do something, why should they want to help you? They got plans out there. And for the liberals and the liberals out there, here's the thing. They had these laws. They had hearings on these laws. Did you guys show up there to go to the courtroom to protest the hearings that they had down in Washington? They were open for the public. You know who showed up? Like 5 people. But no, yeah, you on the Instagram, you on the Facebook. Did you go down there and vote? Or go down there to oppose the law? where things actually get done? No, you didn't. You just go on there and you put a hashtag. So I don't know. People just want attention. That's why I think a lot of these that's why I call them fake liberals. And they get mad at me, but I'm like, look, you guys are unrealistic. You're not changing anything. Name one thing you've changed. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. The Confederate flag, they got it taken down. What does the laws still stand? So you didn't change any laws. Nothing has changed. The flag got taken down. They took down a Confederate flag. What does that mean? The flags wasn't the reason you was getting beat up. Nobody got beat up because of a flag. Oh no, liberals did that. I told you the whole thing is a farce. They used Colin Kaepernick and tried to make him the symbol. And I'm like, this was never Colin Kaepernick's movement. It was never his idea. He never claimed it. He never said anything about Black Lives Matter and none of this stuff. He never claimed any of this stuff. They put this on him, and he had to basically go with it. He wanted to come back to the NFL. This thing got out of hand. I told you what happened. You got to go back to the beginning before any of this happened. That's how you find out the truth. What happened with Colin Kaepernick before he took the knee? And you will find the truth. Before that, the season before, he was mad at the 49ers. He didn't like, they were hiring Chip Kelly. He wanted to be traded. He didn't want to play for the 49ers. The 49ers said, fine, we're going to get rid of you. He made too much money. The Tennessee Titans was going to take Colin Kaepernick, but they wanted him to take a pay cut of like $7 million, and he said no. He could have went to Tennessee, so they said, well, we can't trade you. So he was mad. He had to be on the team after doing an announcement, talking to his agent, saying that they want to move him. That's what happened. He was disgruntled. He was injured, but he's disgruntled. He's still on the team. He don't want to play for Chip Kelly. And just Chip Kelly's first year there. He's out there, and what he decided he wanted to do to make the 49ers ownership upset was to take a knee and not stand for the anthem and just pout so that they would just get rid of him and find somebody that wanted to get rid of him. That's what his point was, to embarrass the 49ers. He had nothing to do with the NFL, had nothing to do with any stands. Everybody saw it and thought it was meant as a symbol. They used that for their own agenda. Black Lives Matter saw it, said, oh, we could use this. Took it, made it a big thing, so now it became a big story. So now he has to roll with it. He has no choice. That's why he never gave an interview. He gave one speech after to say why he did it. And he said, I did it because of the way blacks are being treated by the police and this and that. That was the only reason why he did it. That's what he said he did it for. Yeah, now he's got the humanitarian award. They call him the next Muhammad Ali. I know, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And the whole thing got out of control. The liberal media grabbed him, and they started making all these stories and headlines. The man had not given another interview since. If you find a Colin Kaepernick interview, let me know. He has not given one. And he has not said one word yet because the liberals told him to shut up. Because they knew he was going to say something stupid, and it was going to throw everything off. So they rather him not say anything because he wore the police socks in practice trying to be a part of it once they told him what he was doing. And he had the pig and the police uniform. They like, okay, you're going too far. As a matter of fact, don't do anything. Don't say nothing. We'll handle it from here. We'll do your talking for you. And they've been running out with headlines and stories, and they making commercials, and people are buying his jersey, and they got people whipped into a race frenzy, and that's what they do. No results, nothing's gonna come out of it. It was like, what did you expect to get out of this? What did you want the NFL to do? Nobody thinking about no Bernie Davis. Listen, this is how it goes down. And this is my whole opinion on the whole kneeling situation. Would I ever kneel for a flag in somebody's house or somebody's home and be disrespectful? You would never be disrespectful to someone's house. If you go into somebody's house and they say, hey, can you take your shoes off? You're in their home. That's the rules of their house. You honor and respect the rules of their house. When you come into that stadium, the owners of the team, the San Francisco 49ers, own that stadium. You are an employee at that company. If they say at the company, this is what we do at the company, if you don't like it, you don't have to be a part of that company. So if you're on their time, they're paying you. You're on the clock. And you going to do what you want to do and say, I'm going to sit down. I don't got to stand for the flag. It don't work like that. It doesn't work like that. That is conduct detrimental to the team. That's a behavior. That's actually in the contract. They're trying to say, well, it doesn't say you can't kneel before the flag. Should it have to? That's behavior of conduct disrespectful to the team. Now, the people in the stands, they pay their money to be in there. So they got a choice. If they want to sit down, they can. If they want to stand, they can. They shouldn't be disrespecting the place, like littering and tearing up the place. If they do that, then, of course, they could be arrested and go into jail. But they have the choice not to stand, or they can sit. They paid their money to be there. But you work for them. And I told them, go to your job. Any one of you guys work, go to work and tell your boss what you're not going to do. What you want to do when he says this is what we're doing. Do you know at some companies, they have to exercise? When they come in there, they do stretching before they go to work. That's part of the requirements of the job. Before they start, they always do a stretch for safety reasons. They always have them stretch in the morning before they go and do their job. That was a requirement. It was a requirement. So if you say, and you ain't have a medical excuse, you had to do that to start the day before you go out there for health reasons. It was in your contract. So what you gonna tell them? You come in there one day and say, you know what? I don't feel like doing it. I'm protesting. If you protest at any company or at any job, do you know what? You can't be on the property. You know that? Go see any protests in the world you've seen. You've seen them outside the property, the defense all around the company, and you're outside. So if he wanted to protest, you protest outside. You can't protest on the job. Why would they want you protesting on the job? You can't do that. You have to be off the property. Look at any protest you've ever seen. You've never seen a protest on the property. Why? Because it's illegal. You can stand outside the property and do it. You can't be on the property. So why tell me how he want to put a protest in the middle of a football field? On the sidelines of a football field. It does not make sense. So if you want to protest, go outside the stadium, take your knee, and be like, I'm protesting. You get off their property if you gonna protest. Those are facts. But nobody likes facts. Everybody likes the story. I got a guy hired at my job, and he said he was not going to do something, and he got fired. Well, Mr. Turner, I hope you learned something. You know it, John. I'm glad you guys are level-headed and very smart people on here. You guys understand exactly what I'm saying. That is exactly what happened. Do you see any difference in what I'm saying and what's going on? That's exactly what happened. Didn't you see it the same way, T? It don't make sense. 100%, that is the difference. Everybody's using him as a symbol. I just told you the actual facts of what happened. You got to go back before he took the knee, what happened, and you'll find out the truth. He wanted out of San Francisco. And then what makes it even more is when the season was over, he told the NFL he was going to stand. He's like, I'm going to stand next season. Of course you're going to stand because you want to play. So it wasn't about no protest. It wasn't about anything like that. His defense, he going to say, I never was a part of a protest because he never was. That's why he never gave a speech. He never did an interview. And people's like, man, I think he needs to tell people what's going on because, and all you guys are getting in fights and all this stuff for a guy who ain't fighting. He said this is not even his cause. People using him for all kind of things. Yeah, I punched him in the face for Kaepernick. I'm taking a knee. I'm like, man, we was at the basketball game. This guy gonna take it. Man, I ain't standing. I'm like, well, do your thing. I'm not gonna tell him what to do. He paid his money to be there. But he making it look like we supposed to all sit down. I'm like, I'm not sitting down. What am I sitting down for? It's thousands of blacks that lost their lives in the wars, not even including the Civil War. All this World War II. Whatever war we were in, and that we were allowed to fight, we wanted to fight in the war. They didn't want us to fight in the war. We fought and lost our lives. A lot of people out there lost their lives fighting in wars. It's a show of respect. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to. Well, the NFL owners are doing that because Trump called them out and decided that, hey, the NFL owners should make them do it. Now, see, have you noticed that you don't see that problem in the NBA? Because they took care of it with the Manu Abdul-Rauf, and all the players understand it. You never seen one NBA player do it. Did you see LeBron James take a knee? He might have tweeted he was in support of Colin Kaepernick, but did you see anybody take a knee in the NBA? You know why? Because they'd have been out this league. It is in their rule books. And it's the same way in the NFL. Now they're going to revise it to where that's going to be eliminated. It's because these are employees. Right now the basketball game's on. All these guys are employees. The guy who owns this team, he's the employer. He writes them checks. They work for him. They're on the job. So if you want to protest, you're not going to protest on my dime. Why am I paying you to protest? It's common sense. Look at any protests in America that have ever been. They've never been on the property. It's been off the property. You're going to have to get off the property to protest. You can do as much as you want from the sidewalk, but you're not going to be on my place of business protesting. So if he was protesting, what is he doing in a place of business, which is the NFL field? They own the jersey. They own everything. That's their building. You're their employee. They send you a check. They're going to pay you. They're going to send you a check. Hey, thanks, man. Thank you for all you've done today. Upsetting the fans by taking a knee. That was real helpful for the business. Here's a check that we got to pay you at the end of the week. Yeah, I'm going to feel real happy about his production to the team. That's counterproductive. So that's conduct detrimental to the team. That is in your contract. Frank, this got nothing to do. It's got nothing to do with that. You think the NFL don't go to London? They go to London. They go to other. They went to other countries. They trying to expand, but because they got soccer, which is called football, it's confusing, and they can care less unless it's the Super Bowl. They really don't care about football like that. But it's a matter of conduct. It's conduct detrimental to the team. That kind of behavior is detrimental to a team. If you could suspend a player for getting high and doing drugs and things that's looking at your company in a negative light, that's okay. They can come back after the game. This guy can just really upset the entire fans, make people don't want to come to see the games because he's on the team. That's very damaging to the owners and the organization. Well, they didn't. They made a lot of money off the jerseys because a lot of, like I said, a lot of idiots got involved and thought it was a stand. And a lot of people just, they prey off people's weaknesses and anger. When people are upset, that's the way to manipulate them. They got people whipped into a rage. People are seeing all this police brutality against blacks, and they just such in a rage, they don't know what to do with the energy. So in putting the energy in the proper perspective, they're putting the energy into something they're giving them a lane to put the energy into. Let's focus on this Colin Kaepernick situation. You saved your money? Okay.